California's gas car ban has been overturned. Now, the Leno's Law, that happened a little while ago. This is fairly recent news. So to catch you up to speed, in 2020, Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, signed into law future ban on the sale of new internal combustion vehicles in the state of California after the year 2035, which has pretty broad implications. California is the biggest economy in the United States. Its economy is bigger than Germany.
They have actually been setting the emission standards for the country and not the EPA. The EPA has set their own standards, and that's what cars are tested to. But CARB will set its own standard, and manufacturers to not have to figure out the logistics of selling specific cars in specific states will just make all of their cars meet the CARB standard. So by being more strict and having a lot of weight of having a large economy means that the CARB standard is really the national standard and not the EPA.
Yep.
So that begs the question of if all of the gas cars would go away in California, does that mean they would that change anything in the rest of the country?
If California diverts too far from the rest of the country, at a certain point they'll say, well, we would actually lose more money trying to sell in California. So, sorry, California, you just don't get our cars.
Right.
Eventually, if they diverge far enough.
That's what businesses are doing in California.
They're already leaving.
Yeah. They've had more businesses leave than any other state. They've had more people leave than any other state.
Yeah, they've had a lot of weight, and there's still a lot of people, a lot of money, a lot of businesses in California. Like, it's a very pretty place to be. It's a very geographically advantageous place to be. At a certain point, the math is not going to make any more sense. In 2022, the Advanced Clean Cars 2 was adopted, and CARB essentially requires 100% of new cars and light trucks to be zero CO2 emission by 2035.
Gotcha.
Except in 2024, under a new administration, they're pushing back on this. They went to California to say, no, you're not going to be able to swing your weight around. They cited a bunch of things that California shouldn't be doing. I'm not going to speak to that. I'm not educated enough on that. But essentially what happened is the federal administration came in and is telling California, you can't do that. You need to be able to continue selling internal combustion cars past 2035. As a result, California and I think 10 other states are actively suing the federal government, saying you can't come in and tell the state like what it needs to do. The state needs to be able to make its own decision. So there's this ongoing back and forth. But as of right now, that 2035 ban is effectively useless. Like, they can't do anything about it. Now, that's still 10 years away. Another administration will likely come in, maybe flip the script. So
there's a lot of things that will change between now and then.
California is now reconsidering that strategy. They may just get rid of the ban. I suspect they might. I think they might use, this is my theory, I think they may use this pressure from the federal government to say, well, they're making it too hard for us to do this. We can't do it. It's the federal government's fault for getting in the way of us trying to ban gas-powered cars by 2035. When secretly, they know it's a bad idea.
Their electrical grid is an absolute disaster.
So you replace however many millions of cars on the road with
all electric, and they're making building any more electrical infrastructure harder every year.
When it comes to automotive policy, I think states should be left alone. If, for example, California wants to ban internal combustion vehicles by 2035. I don't live in California.
I'll vote with my feet. I'll be somewhere else.
Why do I care? Right. Now, as someone who is an avid fan of internal combustion, you may find that surprising that I'm not pleased, or I'm at least not celebrating the fact that the federal government is stepping in and telling California, no, you have to continue selling internal combustion vehicles. Maybe that's surprising to you, and that's why I qualify this as a hot take. Maybe that's surprising. But I think more than my appreciation of the internal combustion, greater than that is my appreciation for states' freedom. States should have a pretty incredible level of autonomy.
Yeah, there's a reason that the articles of the Constitution list very, very few things the federal government's allowed to do.
From an automotive perspective, if California wants to ban ICE vehicles, let them. Now, I'm skeptical. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe California will become this hyper-green utopia that thrives in the absence of dirty combustion engines and is able to just overnight eliminate those without any downstream effects whatsoever. And that comes across a little facetious, and it is a little facetious, but it is rooted in a sentiment that I mean genuinely. Genuinely. I could be wrong. Maybe a stroke of the pen is all it takes. And if California wants, and the voters want, and their elected officials want to run that experiment, let them. Genuinely, I would be curious.
Well, I agree with you.
The European Union also has similar mandates to get rid of internal combustion vehicles by 2035. I say get rid of, ban the sale of new internal combustion vehicles by 2035, which is 10 years, which sounds like a lot, but in the automotive life cycle, that's actually not that far away. It's like 2 generations of a car. Unless you're Dodge, then it's like half a generation of a car.
Yeah. I was just going to say that.
Germany and Italy have been pushing back against that. I'll give you one guess why.
Supercars.
Yeah, a huge part of their economy is automotives. And maybe the people that have been building cars for 100 years know something about cars and what people want. They are already repealing this. And they signed this into law in 2023 when the EV craze was at its highest. And they're already talking about either extending that timeline or just getting rid of it entirely. The federal government coming in and preventing California from doing this effectively threw them a forced safety net.
Because now they can say, we tried.
I don't understand why we're not letting California do what California wants to do.
Let them.